The Bakwa Dishi is a people belonging to the Luba ethnic group living today in the Kasai-Oriental Province in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Miabi, the Dishi capital, is located 16 miles, 26 kilometers, west of Mbuji-Mayi. The territory of the Bakwa Dishi lies on approximately 1,900 square miles, 4,900 square kilometers, which is known as the Miabi territory. They speak Tshiluba in spite of their history with the Lunda Empire, and their dialect is considered the oldest and purest among the Luba-Kasai origins. In the 17th century, the Luba prince Ilunga, son of Ilunga Mbili, leaves the Luba Empire ruled by his brother, Kalala Ilunga, and marries Queen Niwie of the Lunda. He brings with him the Luba customs, such as the Luba style of ceremonial chieftainship, and culture and religion introduced by his father, and enlarges the kingdom to become an empire rivaling his brother, even greatly surpassing him. He extends the empire to the south of current Zambia, east of Angola and southwest of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Ilunga is crowned emperor and is praised as a god king, or anointed one, and civilizing hero. His son Mwata Mutum succeeds him and becomes the first Mwata Yamvo, though his father was praised as a civilizing hero. Mwata Mutum's authority is disputed by the Lunda, who consider him and his family as foreigners. Because of numerous civil wars, he and the rest of the imperial family are forced to capitulate and thus cut all ties with the Lunda people and begin a migration which Mwata Mutum leads. At the death of Queen Niwie, it is one of her brother's son who is crowned. He assumes the style and title of Mwata Yamvo, which all future Lunda rulers will assume. Founding. At the death of Mwata Mutum, his son Mbiasteng succeeded him. Then Kamonga Matunlungu. Then finally Kafwembe succeeded him in place of his father Mwanza Mukala. At his inauguration, Kafwem chose to carry the title of Mbayi, which means Prince or Lord in Chilunda. Mbayi Kafwem leads the migration westward and finally settles down around a salted lake named Dishi, which is now drained. The descendant of Ilunga took the name of the lake, and today they still carry the name of the Bakwa Dishi. It was at the end of the 17th century that Mbayi Kafwem firmly established the kingdom of the Bakwa Dishi and was prosperous in the business of salt kingship. The power is transmitted by blood in the Luba culture, but with the Bakwa Dishi in particular, it is transmitted two ways. First by blood, then inside the bloodline. It can be transmitted by wealth. In other words, if one is not a member of the royal family, he will never be able to rule. But if he is of the royal family but is not wealthy, he will not be able to rule either. When the king dies, it is either one of his brothers, sons or nephews that can replace him. There is no predetermined order. It is only their moral and mystical aptitudes as well material capabilities that will determine which one will be chosen by the king as his heir. In the event that the king dies without designating his successor, it is those same aptitudes and conditions that will be taken into account by the members of the royal family to designate the heir to the throne. By moral aptitude, it is understood that the life of a king must be an example. He must be good, just, courageous, and especially showcase a sense of leadership. By mystical aptitude, it is understood that the king has been initiated to different degrees of traditional knowledge. Finally, by material capabilities, it means that the king must have enough riches to take care of his subjects. Today, the Bakwa Dishi realm is composed of 23 different clans. Each clan is headed by a chief. Here is the list of the different Bakwa Dishi clans. Mbayi, Muyombo, Nyandu, Mambaya, Shimuna, Kaombo, Shimungu, Kalonji, Impemba, Njumbi, Kasansa, Lukanda, Kanda, K. Mabadi, Shiala, Mushingala, Mabia, Malenga, Ntembwe, Nsumba, Mambiwanga, Lubashi. The ruling clan of the Bakwa Dishi is that of the Bena-Mayi, sons of Mabayi, which is led by the royal family under André Philippe Futa. After the death of the Kazadi Diofua, the last king of the Bakwa Dishi, Futa, who was the chosen heir, was too young to rule. His father and uncles assumed the regency while he continued his studies, which eventually took him overseas. After many years out of the D.R. Congo, André Philippe Futa was called by President Joseph Kabila of the Democratic Republic of Congo, hence came back and served in the government and eventually became Minister of Finance. During election 2006, he led the multi-party alliance of the presidential majority, French, Alliance pour la majorité présidentielle, AMP, as coordinator and helped Kabila win the election. He was elected senator of Kasai-Oriental in 2007. André Philippe Futa Mbuji-Mayi is planned to be recognized as the traditional ruler and crowned king of the Bakwa Dishi and Miabi. Family tree of the Bakwa Dishi royal family. 1585 Foundation of the Luba Empire with Ilunga Mbili. 1600s Shabinda Ilunga, Luba Prince and Emperor of the Lunda and brother to Kalala Ilunga Emperor of the Luba. 1600s Mwata Mutum, Emperor of the Lunda, was the first Mwata Yamvo. 1600s Mbaya Steng. 1600s Kamonga Matunlungu. 1600s Mwanza Mukala, Foundation of the Kingdom of the Bakwa Dishi. 1600s Mabayi Kafwem, King of the Bakwa Dishi. 1700s Malumba Mungedi, Grand Chief of the Bena-Mayi. 1700s Kalonji, Grand Chief of the Bena-Mayi. 1700s Dila. 1700s Kalonji Bambakani, Chief of the Bena-Mayi. 1800s NSN de Kalubi. 1800s Shipadi Sakoni, Grand Chief of the Bena-Mayi. 1800s Shipadi Mafuta, Chief of the Bena-Mayi. 1860s Mukamuyambu, Chief of the Bena-Mayi. 1880s Nyoka Mulwa Muka, Chief of the Bena-Mayi. 1910 Kabongo Mwabile, Chief of the Bena-Mayi and Regent of the Throne of the Bakwa Dishi and brother to Kazadi Diofua, King of the Bakwa Dishi. 1943 Mabayi Futa Stumbu André Philippe, soon to be crowned King of the Bakwa Dishi and Miabi, Grand Princes of the Bakwa Dishi. 1969 Kabongo Mwabile Jean-Philippe. 1971 Mba Kalambai Jean Juan. 1973 Malumba Mungedi Bashadi La Jean Leon. 1976 Kazadi Diofua Jean Jacques. 1980 Mbombo Kalanga Jean Joseph. 1982 Babaka Kankalongo André Marie. 1993 Vidier Tambwe Jean Laurent. Princesses of the Bakwa Dishi. 1968 Ntumba Bilima Melanie. 1987 Mpunga Carol. 1990 Odia Samboya Marie Madeleine.